Well, there you have it. Donald Trump is officially the presumptive GOP nominee for president. He accomplished this last night by winning the state of Washington, getting enough delegates to secure the nomination. Let's check it out from CNN. Well, it is official. Donald Trump is the presumptive GOP nominee for president. He did this last night by winning the state of Washington. Let's check this out from CNN.
CNN can now officially project that Donald Trump has eclipsed the delegate threshold to officially clinch the Republican nomination for President of the United States. We can say that because CNN can project that the former president has won Washington state. That milestone puts the country on a path toward a 2020 rematch.
Yes, it does. He now has, as of right now, 1,247 delegates. So he's surpassed the amount needed to get the nomination. We all saw this coming despite his challengers. We thought Ron DeSantis was going to be a big threat. That didn't happen. He dropped out. Nikki Haley actually was the runner-up. And a lot of people did see that coming. DeSantis had a really bad campaign and just couldn't get off the ground. But good luck to him in the future. But that's not important because Donald Trump is our nominee, as I said he would be, even with DeSantis in the race. But Mr. Trump had a statement on Truth Social following his nomination, securing the nomination. It is my great honor to be representing the Republican Party as its presidential nominee. Our party is united and strong and fully understands that we are running against the worst, most incompetent, corrupt, and destructive president in the history of the United States. That's a fair assessment. Millions of people are invading our country, many of whom prisons and mental institutions of other countries. High interest rates and inflation are choking our great middle class, and all of our economy is bad, and our stock market is rising only because polls are strongly indicating that we will win the presidential election of 2024. We are now under crooked Joe Biden, a third world nation, which uses the injustice system to go after its political opponent, me. But fear not, we will not fail. We will take back our once great country, put America first, and make America great again, greater than ever before. November 5th will go down as the most important day in history of our country. God bless America. That is from President Trump. Here is a video right here. I will post this in the description box below. 3+ minute long video talking about his nomination. But let's go to Joe Biden. To be fair, I will report on Joe Biden. He has secured his nomination as well with 2,100 delegates as of right now, needing 1968 to secure the nomination. So we are on a collision course to see Trump versus Biden. I don't think Biden's going to drop out. I don't think he's going to step aside. That's just my prediction. I felt this way for a long time. I just don't think it's going to happen. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I could be wrong. Let's keep going here. Now, there have been some changes at the RNC with Ronna McDaniel stepping down, and she was replaced with 2 Trump picks. Let's check it out. And they're doing some big things there.
So the Trump campaign is pretty much taking over the Republican National Committee. At least 4 senior staffers were fired yesterday, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. What's going on here? What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, at least 4 fired, potentially as many as 60 employees impacted. So the RNC met in Houston last week to install a new pair of leaders selected specifically by the former president, Chairman Michael Whatley, who previously led the North Carolina Republican Party. And, of course, there's been a lot of talk about this, former President Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, as co-chair. And Chris LaCivita, who's essentially a Trump co-campaign manager, stepped into the role of chief operating officer at the RNC. So this is a full-on remaking of the RNC in Trump's image. There's going to be, guys, very little daylight now between the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee.
Yes. I like this. Ronna McDaniel, a lot of people were not happy with her because they felt like she wasn't getting the job done. The GOP should have had a major victory in 2022. And a lot of that starts with at the top. Who's in charge of these campaigns of raising money, making sure that you're electing great candidates, you're nominating great candidates, make sure that they win. And she just wasn't getting the job done in the eyes of many people. And she stepped down, and a lot of people felt like it was time for her to go. And she has been replaced by two Trump picks, one, like she said, being Laura Trump. And she's tough as nails. She's tough. And they're doing a lot. They're going to do a lot for election integrity, to put things in place, many poll watchers, a lot of things in place in swing states to make sure that your vote is secure and to ensure the integrity of the election, to make sure that it is free and fair. Because people, you don't want to have doubts. A lot of people have doubts what happened in 2020, rightfully so, and we don't want to see that happen again. So I'm glad that this move was made. Shaking up things at the RNC was necessary, very necessary, going into 2024. And the main focus is going to be making sure Donald Trump gets elected president of the United States again. Check out some polling here. In the RCP average, Trump is ahead of Biden. Now, to me, it's a double-edged sword. That's great that Trump is ahead because he wasn't beating Biden in 2020 in the polling at all. Despite what happened of all the nonsense, he was not beating Joe Biden. And in just about every poll, he was losing. But now you have Trump ahead, nearly 2%. Now, yes, that is the bad thing is that's too close. Why is Joe Biden within 2 percentage points of Trump? Why? The border's a disaster. Inflation is still going higher. It's 3.2% increase year over year in the last reading. And we have 10 million, 8 to 10 million illegals have come across the border. As I said, the border is a disaster. You have foreign wars going on overseas. You have the DOJ has been weaponized. The military has been turned to a bunch of woke nonsense in the military. It's just a lot of people crime is out of control in a lot of these big cities. A lot of people don't feel they're secure. They don't feel they're secure right now. They don't like that their wallets have gotten lighter. They're paying more for gas, paying more for groceries. The border is a disaster. Illegals taking over these big cities, the airports. It's a mess. People don't like the way things are going right now, and which is why we've seen Trump surge in the polls. Take a look at some swing states. He's winning in Wisconsin by 1%. Pennsylvania, Biden's ahead less than 1%. It's his home state, so whatever. Nevada, Trump is ahead nearly 8% in Nevada. That is huge. Georgia, he's up by almost 6%. Arizona, 5.5%. And Michigan, 3.6%. I did look at North Carolina, which is another swing state. And right now, Trump is leading by about 5% in a lot of recent polls. Now, this is huge because if you can get so many votes, you just have to swamp them. You have to just get out there and vote. That's going to be the key, is turnout. If you can turn out he got 74 million votes last time, and it wasn't enough to overcome all they barely squeaked by in that last election by doing all they did to stop him with the mass mail-in ballots, the rule changes in Pennsylvania, the illegal rule changes, the Hunter Biden laptop suppression, all that nonsense that was thrown at him, and he still got very close in that election. As far as within certain swing states in the Electoral College, it was very close. Now, if we can overcome that, we need to get 80 million votes, 78 to 80 million votes. It's going to have to be done. And I like what I saw with these primaries. Trump was breaking records. He was breaking records left and right in these states at the primary. Georgia, almost 500,000 votes. And you look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden with 275,000 votes. Trump was getting record amounts of votes in these states for the primaries, stuff we hadn't seen before, and that's a very good sign going to 2024 into November. So there you have it. I'm going to leave it right there. I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on, what happened with the primaries. We have our matchup. It's a collision course now. These two are likely going to be battling out in November. I don't see Joe Biden stepping down, as I said, my opinion, but Trump will be the guy. He has enough delegates. He received enough delegates to win to secure the nomination, and it's going to be a fight. Sadly, it's going to be a close election. I don't think it's going to be a landslide, but it's going to be a battle because they're going to throw everything they can. They're going to throw everything they can at Trump to stop him. But that's up to you and myself to get out there and vote like your lives depend on it. Because it does. You saw what happened to Lake and Riley. So your life does depend on it. Because an unsecure border sadly can lead to death. With fentanyl, people come over here killing beautiful women that are in college and just living their lives. And I saw a story not too long ago of illegal alien, driving on the wrong side of the road and killing somebody. So these things are deadly. So yes, vote like your life depends on it because it does. Yeah. But I'm going to leave it right there. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.